Jonathan, if you know Mom. Bullock. It's nice to meet you. So, I think it's kind of short, sweet, but I'm a fourth-year journalism student right now. Just finished my honors project, and I want to represent journalism students on the council. So yeah, as a college, we're going through some pretty crucial times right now. And I think that we need strong voices coming from all sides, I mean every body of students. So for me, what a council position means is sort of operating as a direct link from the student body to the administration. And we need strong student voices to push our interests to the forefront. And I think journalism that's not an exception. So yeah, and like for an example of something specific that I'm passionate about, is I'm an international student, so the report just came out. Naturally, when the college says that it wants to start treating international students like an expendable resource, basically charge us an insane amount of money, I mean, my ears perk up, and I think every sort of concerned student's ears should perk up. I mean, that's not okay. I mean, that's something that I would talk about on council, you know. And I mean, I don't think there's any real sort of I don't have any real sort of want to implement any like wide sweeping changes. I think it's really just as simple as being the kind of voice that can stand up for the interests of students and being accessible to students who want to tell you what they want you to represent for them. So yeah. So basically that's what I would like to do. Just sit on the board as a journalism student, keep journalism students at the forefront of my priorities, and be open to them to tell me anything, really, anything that's going wrong with their classes, with the administration. Yeah, so, I mean, I am a fourth-year student, so I've been around the programs and sort of the way things work, so I think, yeah, it's great. Cool. Thanks.
Were any of you at the last speeches?
I came in late, so I didn't hear yours.
You were? Yeah. Okay, sorry if this is a repeat. I guess first I should just explain, I'm really sorry about the last time I ran. I had taken down all my posters in time, but I had forgotten to hand in a form that outlined where my posters were, and it was my mistake, and my speech again. But basically what I really want to initiate in the journalism school, first of all, is better transportation for journalism students, because I'm not sure if you've run into this, but when I was, or I guess I'm in third year now, and over the past few years, I've met a lot of people who will spend 2 hours on a bus to get to a story, or they won't do an interview at all because it's too far away and they don't have time to get there. So I've also been playing on some of the sports teams here at King's, and what they do with the athletes when the game is far away is actually get into taxis using taxi chits and transport them that way. So I thought that if journalism students have a story or an interview a certain distance away, they should be able to ask for a chit in the same way that the athletes do. And aside from that, I grew up in Halifax, and know quite a few, I guess, local authors around from the Writers' Federation of Nova Scotia, and a few who also work at CBC and things like that, and I'd really like to get them into writing workshops, mostly creative writing, but also like if people are interested in playwriting or feature writing, just get more different types of writers, I guess, into the walls of the journalism school, and also invite the public to those, because I find some people still aren't comfortable when they go and have a streeters assignment or something talking to the public, and the public is sometimes really uneasy about journalism students. So I thought if we have events together, things like that would be great. Also, last time I rapped, I had a little like rap song. It was my first ever. I can do it again for those who didn't hear it. Sorry to offend your ears, but here we go. M to the E to the G sounding G. My name is Meg, I'm from Halifax, you see. I'm a student and a writer, talk to strangers galore. I'm working on my Mandarin so I can talk with even more. I try to help others out in lots of different ways, running workshops, writing stories, volunteering for days. I've got a habit of proposing ideas all the time, got plenty of examples that won't fit in this rhyme. Magazines, trampolines, for these things I'm super keen. Camping with the kerosene, swimming in the great marine. Travel, sports, I love to do it all. Not to mention applesauce, I make it every fall. Hold up. I eat that stuff by the tub. I mean, by November, my physical composition will be about 75% applesauce. I'm terrified of blood, faint when I see needles, but if it would make me J-School rep, I'd donate 40 liters. I've got a kind of head and skills up my sleeve that I think could really mesh with the KSU team. I try to be mindful, read the news from front to back, be aware of what's around me instead of just my map. There's one thing I believe, it's that each day is not a strife. By being more creative, we can smile at life.
I know, that's really fun. Okay, so I'm going to start off this speech with something I know how to do, which is giving really lame jokes, and then we'll move on to the part that I'm really bad at, which is actually giving speeches. So two guys walk into a bar. The first guy orders a glass of H2O. The second guy orders a glass of H2O too, and then he dies. Science. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but I'm running for journalism rep, not science rep, so I guess I should talk about that. My name is Daniela McCuddy, and journalism is my passion. I'm in my first year at King's, currently in the Bachelor of Journalism Honors Program, and I'm loving every second of every Tuesday class that I attend. This is why I'm running to be your journalism representative for 2014-2015, because I want to be as involved in this amazing program and community as I possibly can. This whole process of running for the position of journalism representative is really unfamiliar territory, but I'm exploring it anyways because I believe new experiences are the best way to learn about yourselves and your community. But please don't let my age influence your choices. I may seem young and inexperienced, but I promise I have the wisdom and maturity of an ancient philosopher. Or so I think. It has kind of changed me in that way. I'm originally from Calgary, and in my senior year I was the editor of my high school newspaper, which mainly meant nagging grade 10s to finish their articles on time. But enough about me. Honestly, guys, I would be honored to be the representation of all these beautiful journalism students for this year. I have so much respect for these humans who are so interested in pursuing this demanding and ever-changing career and who share the same passion with me. Some of the things I kind of think are cool and would like to do. Although the J School is already exceptional and unique, I mean, have you guys ever been up there? It's pretty freaking cool. I believe it could be more unified as a student body. We're an awesome school with many great awesome students, but I feel like there's this divide between years, and I mean, I didn't even know you were in journalism, for example. So I'd love to organize social events for the faculty and students of the J School so we can bond over a curriculum in this program. Journalism is a field that's going through a lot of change right now, and I think that our program and the way it is taught should change along with it. Updated curriculum, advancements in technology, and I also would like to, if possible, implement workshops for journalism students to attend and have more open lectures on journalism techniques spanning all facets. Let's see. I know that all these grand ideas I have require money, as everything does, and I believe that the financial situation of King's and how that affects its journalism program should be more transparent. Students should have an understanding and a say in where their money goes in order to get the best out of their education. That's why I'm running, to provide a voice for the journalism students who, although are few and fleeting, are exceptional, intelligent, and unique. Your voices and opinions, ideas, and beliefs are extremely important, and I will make sure they are heard. While I can't make any promises that there will be huge sweeping reforms in the way things are, I can promise that I will bring any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas the journalism community has to the attention of the board and be an active, invested member in the council. I'm a fairly approachable and friendly person, and I would really love to represent all you beautiful people at this marvelous school. Even if you don't vote for me, please vote, because voting is really awesome. Peace and love, guys.
after first year? Do you guys think that, and change to another program, do you guys think that this is a problem? And if so, what would you do about it? Danielle, do you want to take that?
Well, I know that I probably won't go out on this because I really enjoy it, but I think just making it more interesting and accessible to people. Like, I know a lot of people right now, what we're focusing on is just mainly writing articles, and I know a lot of people are more into things like documentary journalism, or radio, or TV broadcast, and I think the fact that we're so focused on this writing stories and articles aspect is kind of what leads people to try another program, but yeah, implementing like cool writing workshops for students to attend may be helpful. Just like increasing the awareness of how awesome and powerful journalism can be might make people stay.
Yeah, I would say bringing in local journalists as well, and to show that there are careers in journalism. But I think a big part of the problem, or a big part of the reason why a lot of people drop out after first year is because it's a lot of work. That first year program is designed to be that way because in journalism, that's how it is. It's nonstop. Personally, I've done quite a bit of freelancing, and you work, maybe like 6 weeks on one story. I went to Alaska for a story. It's a lot of work. So I think there's always going to be people who try it out and decide that it's not for them. But I think bringing in other journalists further along.
Yeah, I think speaking from personal sort of experience, I know at least in my journalism class it's very small compared to the immediate years for us. So I mean, we had my honors project, we had like 16 students, and before that it was always like 25 or 26. But I do think that King's administration is making a sort of priority to explore avenues to get more tuition coming in. So I think that with that, I think there's some pretty interesting potential avenues to take. I think that it's pretty recent, an option where NASCAD students can do a minor in journalism at King's. I think that's a really cool, really neat link between our two campuses, and I think that's exactly the kind of route we should be taking. Trying to find creative ways to make money, to make income, and that aren't harmful to students, like jacking up tuition. So I would love to see more cross programs, more availability for minors, and more minor. So yeah.
Any questions?
Do you have any ideas for how to improve communication throughout the program? Like, there wasn't even an email about these speeches that were sent out to all the journalism students, which should have happened. So how do you propose to fix stuff like that in the future?
Cool. Yeah, I do agree. I think the communication in this program is really lackluster sometimes. I think that just sort of, I don't think Kelly Porter, she's the secretary upstairs. She has an email list that she sends out for announcements. But but I don't even remember getting that email list when I was a first year student. So I definitely think that there's a real need for an easy way to communicate. I mean, there's TWAC here through the KSU, but that's not to say that J School couldn't do something similar. I mean, it's not that difficult to put together. I mean, it is. It's a lot of work, but it's, sorry, man, but it's doable. So I would, and that's something that I feel like would be great to take on.
Personally, I find in journalism, I guess we're really taught the importance of face-to-face. You know, always do your interviews in person if you can. And I think the fact that King's is so physically small, and the journalism program, especially within that, is so contained. I mean, the first years all in one lecture hall once a week, and then the upper years all basically upstairs. Some of the classrooms, of course, are in the basement and stuff. But I would actually, as a journalism rep, see no problem in going around physically to classes, make sure I understand the schedules and everything, and if there's an announcement that needs to be made, there's ongoing what's happening. So actually just go around and talk to classes, profs, I don't know, also making use of like the cubbies. I mean, no other program, no other students at King's or Dal, I'm sure, have cubbies. Why don't we have little like sticky notes in there? I don't know. But people go there to get their assignments. That's another opportunity to get stuff. Also, yeah, leaving physical handouts on people's desks. We know where people are.
You guys will also I believe advertising is like a really good thing. Posters are always really good, like to get a message across using email is another great technique. And talking about like the newsletter, that's actually something I think would be really cool to implement and starting to like spread the message across the journalism schools. Yeah, face-to-face communication is always really good. I mean, like, all these people are here because of word of mouth, because I spoke to them. But, yeah, just keeping on. Try.